As we step into the energy of December the 18th through to the 24th, a week that is steeped with enchantment of the holidays, marked by the celestial dance of the winter solstice. Let's take a moment to appreciate the beauty of this transformative season. Many of you are likely immersed in the final preparations, the joyous gatherings, and the anticipation of the holidays that are rolling out over this week and next. And in the heart of this week, on the 22nd, we embrace the winter solstice, a pause where we experience the shortest day and the longest night of the year, knowing that our daylight begins to grow and our hope is reborn. It's a powerful time for reflection, for setting intentions, as we welcome in the return of the light in our lives. I'm truly grateful to have you here sharing this cosmic journey. So let's infuse our days with the magic of the season and the transformative energy of the solstice. Whether you're indulging in the festive traditions or finding solace in quiet moments, the universe is aligning to make this week a tapestry of positive vibrations for you. So join me as we navigate the cosmic currents from December the 18th through to the 24th. Let's turn to the cards. I'm eager to share my insights with you, offer guidance, and a sprinkle of a little extra stardust on your holiday celebrations. I'm wishing you joy and magic in the week ahead. This is a week to embrace the magic. Welcome, Sagittarius. This is your weekly focus for December the 18th through to the 24th, 2023. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thanks for being here. Thank you for all the positive, loving support you send my way each and every day. Let's dive right into the cards, shall we? Our underlying energy for this week, Sag, is the King of Cups. So we are taking everything back to the basics. We need to look and make sure that our foundation on which to build is strong, that it's well balanced, that all of our ducks are in a row, that we're taking care of our obligations and responsibilities. And what we can't handle, we are looking to delegate. We are looking to release ourselves of that obligation, that responsibility. And we may be wanting to take on different obligations and responsibilities. So it's all about a complete balance, but looking at those foundations, asking ourselves the basics of questions. Remember when you were going out for the night and Dad was sitting at the kitchen table and he'd say, "Where are you going?" Well, who are you hanging out with? Are they good people? Where do their parents work? Where do they live? Do they treat you well? How's work going? Do they pay you what you're worth? Do you have enough money? Do you live in a nice neighborhood? You know, all these little things. And we need to ask ourselves, we need to revisit and say, where am I in the here and now? Where am I presently at this moment? And can I build upon this? Or do I need to do some structural work before I actually try and build? Our first card is the High Priestess. Well, the first thing that you need to do is you need to sit in quiet contemplation. And you need to look within. And you need to see the beauty, the magic of who you are. Your talents, your abilities, your unique personality, the unique you. Those are your true tools. That is your true magic in taking yourself to the next level and beyond. The High Priestess is always about magic around us, and it's in your first house, the first card out. So, not in your first house, in the first card out, the first spot. So, it is about, the luck and the magic that surrounds you right now. Understanding the magic that is not only around you, but within you. And how to utilize that magic is probably a prime consideration, a vital consideration that we must make this week. So we're looking within, we're looking at our foundation, and we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, we're going a lot, we're kind of in this in this moment, Sag, where we're not, we've reached a certain point. It's time to just stop for a minute. It's time to dismount off of our stallion. It's time to give thanks. It's time to have a conversation with God or angels, the universe, our higher self. It's time to anticipate what we want to walk into and give it some thought, some firm footing before we go forward. And we have the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles says, you've reached as far as you can here. It's time to expand. It's time to explore. It's time for uncharted territories. It's time for new beginnings. It's a time for new starts. This could be relationships. This could be our habits and behaviors. This could be job, career. It's a highly spiritual time for you. I mean, we have the High Priestess already out here. This card also symbolizes that the veil is very thin. That this is the time for, meditation and prayer in our lives, to center ourselves, walk through nature, get grounded. And understand that we have walked a fair distance and we have become and transformed into the person we are today because of all the roads we've walked to this moment in time. And now it's time to say, okay, I've created all this in my life, and now it's time to go out into new territory. And so what does that territory look like to us? What are our wishes? What are our desires? What are our truest wants and needs? For work and career, we have the Page of Pentacles. Oh, you know what? Okay, whatever you're thinking, think it bigger. Okay, now after you do that, think it bigger. And yeah, you know where I'm going with this, because after you do that, I want you to think it bigger once again. This is a card that says to, have this courage, have this strength, to have this vision of greatness, of what can your life become, what can your path become, who can you become going forward, and to believe that the magic is already there helping you go forward. So right back to the High Priestess again, acknowledging that the magic is around you and within you in order to propel yourself forward. So what does it look like? And just look big picture right now, okay? This week, just look big picture, because there is a lot of fog back there. We're not going to be able to see many details. We have to go on pure faith that that is the end game. That is the end goal. That is the best life ever. And I'm not sure how I'm going to get there yet, but I know that's where I want to end up. For relationships, love. This is pulling it back a little bit. If you're on the dating scene, I would say to really pull it back. No quick yeses, no quick nos. Give it some time. Give it some consideration. If you're going out, then just go out and enjoy the evening with no future ideals about the relationship or what tomorrow is going to look like or what even an hour from the time you sit down with this person for a dinner or a cup of coffee. That you're just in the moment and you're going to love the moment that you're in. And not start to size them up and list them into pros and cons. And then, well, they've got this going for them, but this, don't worry about any of it. Just go with the flow right now. You're not saying yes to anything. You're not saying no to anything. It's going to take a little bit of time to think through things, to deliberate, okay, if you're on the dating scene. Now, in a relationship, this is just taking the other person a little bit for granted, or they're taking you for granted. But I kind of get it from your side, okay? So this is a time when you kind of have to step forward and make it more about the other person than yourself. And I'm not just talking your significant others when I'm talking love and relationships. I'm talking your best friend, that coworker that you're close to. Your people. And people that you love with all your heart. Okay, and this time of year, I mean, we're going like mad. We're being pulled here, there, and everywhere, and we forget about those people that matter in our world sometimes, and we don't give them the attention or the ear that they deserve from us. So this is a time to really understand where you need to take a step forward within the relationship and be present for them, and not just take them for granted, not to. And you know, there's always people in your life where that will be the case unless you take the time to consider, oh wow, I haven't phoned them in like a month, or I haven't seen them in weeks. My goodness, when's the last time we got together? And it's those kinds of relationships that you want to step up and say, you know, you're a part of my life and I love you being a part of my life, and I just want to touch base and make another memory. This is also a time when we could, you know, I'm getting this, we could judge somebody too harshly. Now I know, Sag, you're awfully forgiving and you forgive in a heartbeat, but I get somehow there's a little bit too much judgment going in here, or not enough judgment going in there. You kind of have to find a happy medium. And this isn't a time to commit. This isn't a time to walk away. This is a time to reflect. This is a time to understand what that person truly means to you in your life right now, at this present moment. And does it move you forward? Do they move you forward? Do they support you? Do they love you? Are they there for you? Do they have your back, and do you have theirs? For our spirituality, we have the Strength card. I think this is kind of like an affirmation kind of energy. You know, affirm every day where you're going, who you are, and talk about the future in the present tense. And start to pick things that you can easily say, well, that's true about me. I am that person. I do that thing. And it's the nudge into the conscious awareness, and not leaving it in the subconscious, but bringing it out front and center. And so I think that meditation, prayer, you know, grounding yourself out in nature, you should really have like a list of affirmations, or an affirmation that you just say over and over and over. And of course, at the end of this reading, I will leave you with 4 affirmations. You can borrow one of them, all of them, none of them. You know, Google an affirmation, make your own. But that would be building your strength. That would be building your belief in you and what you can accomplish and what you can do. It would build a belief in your talents and abilities and what you are capable of, what your potential is. For our health and well-being, we have the Ace of Cups. This is embracing ourselves, taking care of ourselves. Maybe making some new beginnings within ourselves. Maybe we want to lose some weight or tone our muscles. Maybe we want to start getting a healthy night's sleep each night. Maybe we want to eat a little bit better. Maybe we want to yoga, exercise, jog, mountain climb, whatever it might be for you. And this is embracing yourself and loving yourself unconditionally, putting yourself as number one when it comes to your health and well-being. So, if you have that opportunity, but you know you're burning the candle at both ends, then you have to self-discipline. You have to say, that wouldn't be healthy for me to do. I need my sleep in order for me to be full energy tomorrow. Or I can't miss this opportunity because it's going to join me up with some wonderful friends that I haven't seen in a long time, or whatever the case may be. But you have to look at it as a practical decision making in your health and your well-being, and embrace you first and foremost. Take care of you. And if you're too tired, then it's okay to say no. It's okay to take care of you first. Okay, let's go to the Circle of Doors Tarot. And we have the Sun, the 19 energy. Look at that. Okay, well, I could talk at great length about the Sun. I love the depth they give to some of these cards. So we're going to read the book together. I'll read it. You listen, okay? Here we go. Your laughter gives me life. I remember why I came here. Your smile brings me peace. Let this day last forever. Open your source and awaken the world. You are at one with that which makes life grand and beautiful. So relish in this overflowing beauty and delights that surround you. Embrace a stranger, dance your heart out, and claim your birthright to joy. The sun represents everything that is good and true in the world. All the reasons to show up, to celebrate, to cherish, to praise. It is the promise of infinite possibilities and dares us to express the most magnificent version of ourselves. So ask yourself, what gifts are given to me each day? How can you become a mirror of universal goodness? What joys are yearning to leap out of you for the delight of all? And your affirmations for this week are: joy, truth, and love shine out of my heart. I express myself freely and passionately. I am grateful for this beautiful life. I am a messenger of hope. And if you like what I do here and you want to see me more often, then hit the subscribe button. I'm proving that I'm not AI on a regular basis now. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so that you know when I release new content. I'm doing it all the time around the clock. You don't want to miss anything. Leave a comment, thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.